responsibilities changed since your promotion?
Really, nothing has changed. Being promoted, I'm still serving the message of the head coach, doing what he's asked me to do. Jonathan is a defensive coordinator, so my responsibility is still defensive back coach. And whatever he needs done, I'm just here to assist him and help him. If he needs me to do more throughout the course of the year, I'm willing to do it. Whatever he asks me to get done, that's my responsibility. The buck stops with him.
You're seeing JG get some head coaching interviews. Are you starting to think about, if you became the defensive coordinator, how you would do things?
Yeah, look, I've been doing this for a long time, and I've been around some great defensive coordinators, in my opinion. I've been groomed by Greg Williams. I've been groomed by Todd Bowles, who are very good in this league, and they're very thorough. I've been tutored by them. I know how to run a ship. I know the responsibility. So if the opportunity presents itself, I'll be ready for it. But I'm here where my feet are, all right, and I'm just trying to be the best defensive back coach that I could be.
Jonathan said that you're his right-hand man yesterday. How has your working relationship developed with him over the last year?
Well, just like anything else, when you have relationships, it's all about building trust, right? And the longer you're around somebody, you understand how they work, what they want done, what's their message, what do they harp on. So like I said, being a defensive back coach and having that room, whatever his vision is, I'm trying to make his vision come to life. So, I go my way to help him out that way. If he has any questions or things that I've seen prior to, I'm willing to spread the knowledge. I've been raised each one teach one, right?
You mentioned Greg and Todd. What kind of stands out about JG as a defensive coordinator?
Well, Jonathan, all good leaders have to be able to adjust, and they also listen. It's not about themselves. So those two guys listen to the information. They collect the information. They know if they're right or if they're wrong, and if they have a bad decision, they make corrections. So eternally, JG does a great job of self-evaluating, making corrections, getting better, and owning up to it.
There's been a lot of talk about Marcus this offseason. From your perspective, how do you know if he's ready for a bigger role in defense?
Well, all you got to do is put on the film from last year. Marcus, I was put in a tough situation last year as a coach. Not really tough. It was an outstanding situation because I had depth. And I had a guy in Rodney McLeod who I trusted. I had a guy in Anthony Harris who I trusted that played a lot. And Marcus was also one of those guys. And Marcus earned his keep. When you watch Marcus at practice every day last year, he battled his off. He was tough. He was physical. He was always where he's supposed to be. He made the plays he was supposed to make. And the way I've been brought up in this game, you play your best 11 players, and you get them on the field. I also have the philosophy of this, is even though it's 11 playing, you create roles for guys that deserve roles. And he played his role outstanding last year. And he's not going to waver. He's going to take the challenge, and he's going to step to the plate.
In terms of those big problems to have with depth, you've got 12 corners here competing for spots. What is that like? How hard is it to get eyes on all of those guys?
Well, look, I always tell the guys this: time does two things to you. It promotes your exposure, right? So within having time, there's no excuse for us as coaches that no matter how long the practice, how short the practice, they have to be ready to play. Now, everybody, when they line up, they have to interview well. So when the opportunity comes, maybe it's 5 reps, maybe it's 2 reps, did you do those 2 reps to the best of your ability, understand your assignment, and execute? Those start to pile up. Also, they're going to have opportunity to play in preseason games. So as long as they're ready and they have a thorough understanding of what we ask them to do and they go out there and compete, you'll see it. It'll show up.
And then for the guys who were here last year and are carrying over, those young guys, take out Mac McCain, Gary Vincent, and Zach McPherson. How do you, what's your scouting report on those guys? How excited were you to see them on the field?
Well, it's awesome to see him on the field. Obviously, I had Zach. We drafted Zach. So he was here the whole time. He went through a training camp last year, right? Zach does a good job of listening, and he does a good job of listening to the vets, right? And I have one of the best players to be around in terms of helping people, and that's Slay. Slay's outstanding with those young men. But to have Mac, to have Kerry, to have Tay, those guys that we acquired, during the season, they didn't really get the opportunity to compete in live action, only one game. right? So now it's kind of seeing what they really can handle mentally, what they can handle physically, and how willing are they, how hard they gonna go out there and compete. And right now, you know, all the guys are doing an outstanding job of competing. They're taking advantage of their opportunities, and we'll see how the chips fall as the season go on, as the offseason go on.
What about Slay makes him such a great veteran?
Well, look, it's like this with Slay. And it's similar to a lot of the guys in the room. When you look at them, look how they were acquired. You know, look where they came from and how they came into this league. Slay, nothing was given to him. And Slay earned his keep. And every day that he comes out here and he prepares, he's still preparing like he's a 2-year vet. I mean, a 2-year player. Even though he's been in the league for 10 years. He has a wealth of knowledge. He understands how to practice. He understands the little things, and he goes out there and compete. He still wants to be one of the best in the business, and, man, you can't do nothing but love that about that young man.
What's impressed you the most about James Bradbury?
James also is the same way. You know, you hear a lot about James outside in, and when you get him, James is a very intelligent football player. He's a fast processor. He's another guy that wants to be the best he can be. You know, and my coaching style is like this. You know, I want guys to be good on my watch. If you don't want to be good, it's hard to play for me because I'm going to push you. Those guys love to be pushed. They love doing little things correct. And like you see, every day they come out here that you've been out here in live practices, they go out there and compete their butts off. And, you know, the sky's the limit for them. All right, as long as they do all the little things right and everything comes together, we'll see.
Would you, Two more guys? Did Howie and the front office involve you in the decision to bring James aboard? And like all the things that you just mentioned aside, what do you like about him specifically, like as a player on the field?
Howie does a great job, period, and Howie has done an outstanding job, you know, this off season, not only with acquiring talent, and Howie was very good also with maneuvering his front office. You know, before I want to give praise to Howie on how he integrated minorities within the building upstairs and showing those types of things, but Howie is very good at listening to his coaches, listening to his personnel, gathering information. Howie does an outstanding job of evaluating talent. He looks at the film. And Howie will come to you and he'll ask you, what do you think about this guy? How does he fit? What's going to be the role within a team? Where do you see him? And he asked me about James. And when the subject came about James, because I wanted James when I was with the Jets when he was a free agent, I said I was all on board. And, you know, I'm happy to have him.
You mentioned trust in Anthony and Rodney last year. You just got Jaquaski Tart. He's played a lot of football, though. You haven't been with him. Do you sense, because of the experience, maybe he can give you that sort of trust? Well, look,
I mean, he's learning the nuances. He's learning the verbiage. You know, everything was kind of is getting thrown at him right now. So he has information overload, right? And when you have information overload, you're not going to play as fast early on. But he is very smart. He's astute. He comes and meets after. He's played a lot of football. So for him, it's about terminology. For him, it's about techniques and fundamentals, you know, where his eyes should go in certain formations. And, you know, every day that he's been out here, you can see him grasping it. Now, we're still early in the process in terms of installation. So, you know, we're moving on to other stuff that he hasn't heard. But as long as he doesn't make mistakes on the things that he already executed, he'll be fine when it's all said and done.
All right, thanks, guys.
Just the minority play that you talked about with Howie, incorporating minorities. Is that the kind of thing that you think is noticed around the league?
I hope so. You know, I hope so, man. I'm a big advocate for, man, everyone doesn't deserve an opportunity in terms of just giving them jobs. But if you do what you're supposed to do and you put time in and you invest it and you earn it and you do it the hard way, you know, I hope we all get recognized and get opportunities to, you know, to show our talents and move forward. So Howie was very direct, strategic. He made some moves to show that he's listening. And I do nothing but I have the utmost respect for him and the Philadelphia organization.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.